Hello and welcome back to Stephen's Force. Today I'm out with the SL in the barn because I've got a few little updates for you, and I've been a bit of tinkering with this car and I've got some good things to report back on, some not very good things to report back on, and to be honest the bad things are stuff that I'm absolutely stumped on. So I might have to go away and have a look at that and do a bit more research. So let's start off with the good news though, because I've been fettling with the engine a little bit, and you may remember I reported that it suddenly started doing the stalling that it was doing last time before it went into the SL shop, and they worked on it a bit. They went for the engine, did a few little bits and pieces, and they managed to get it running a bit better. And I was really pleased with how it was running in last year. Fired up this year, and it's starting to do the stalling where you can't junction to stall. What I think has happened is that when it was coming to an idle, there would be too much air coming into the mixture. So the fuel air mixture was incorrect, mainly when it was idling, mainly when you took your foot off the accelerator, you can see the oil pressure going up and down. And I think that is the issue. I could be wrong about that, but I have sort of reasons to back that up. Now, I like to go on YouTube quite a bit. I'm not a mechanic, and I like to sort of look at different issues and how to resolve them using YouTube. And one of the videos that I watched was that it actually is underneath the air cover here, sort of in the middle of where the air filter and the V8 is a circular air filter. I think it's different on the 6 cylinders, but there is actually a little adjuster. You can get an Allen key, you can actually adjust the air. We've adjusted the air ratio basically, which in turn adjusts the air fuel mixture when it's idling. And I've managed to actually get the air flow down so that it will actually allow more fuel in. So I adjusted that, did a very slight adjustment on there, and I took the car out last Friday, I think it was, and the car now runs so much better. So that's what I'm thinking. I've done that adjustment, and then it's suddenly a lot better. So no longer did it cut out, no longer does it seem to be quite sporadic in its idle. It's does still idle quite low at about 500 revs. I think I need to do a little bit more adjustment on that, but for now I'm quite happy. That's something I'll do in the future. I'm quite happy the way it runs and drives, as long as it's not going to cut out when I come to a junction, because it cuts out and then you also lose your power steering. If you're not expecting it, that could be a little bit dangerous really. So managed to do that, took it out for about an hour, and it didn't cut out once. So it seemed to be a lot smoother as well. Now it does seem to be an issue when the engine's hot. Does seem to be an issue when I'm driving around, coming up to a junction, also when I'm coming to a stop, say traffic lights, whatever. It does seem to be that sort of issue. So I'm hoping that's solved this for now. I'm going to keep an eye on it and see what else needs doing, if there's anything else that needs doing. So I'll put a link to the video where I've got all this information from. He goes into a lot more detail than what I've done. He explains a little bit more and shows the adjustments as well. So I'm going to put that in there rather than me showing you, because he's already done it, basically. He's done that content already, so I don't see any point in me doing it again. So I'll put a link below. Do go have a watch the video. It's really interesting how with one little adjustment can really change the car. So from a good thing, let's move to the back of the car and let's go to see the bad thing. So you may remember last week I couldn't get this top cover to actually open unless I go in here and mess about with some of the levers. Well, let's have a look, see what I can do. Look at that now. It works absolutely perfectly. Now, I'd love to tell you what I've done to this, but I can't because I haven't actually done anything to it. I think I've obviously loosened up something. I sprayed a bit of lubricant on there. I've been messing about with some of the pulley. I think I've just sort of disturbed whatever was jammed. I must have started jamming it. I think I've just loosened it up basically. So I now can push the lever a bit further down, which is the big lever on the inside here, and it actually that moves the catch here. So yeah, that's an easy one. That's the good result. There is the second and third problem. The second problem is I haven't got one of these on the other side, the little catch. That's coming in the post over here today or tomorrow. But in order for that to work, I need the cable in here to actually work. That's where I'm having problems. Let me go and show you exactly what I'm having problems with. And just to prove that latch is actually working on this side, if I push down here, you can see there it's actually moving. So there's that bit there, it's moving. Now, just by pushing out on levers, it's loosening up a bit, which is fantastic. So, but the other side, for this cable, this is a new, well, I say new cable, it's a used cable, but new to this car. And it's just not working. Now, I'm having real problems online trying to find a reference point, and this I did mention it last time, but I've been doing more research. I still can't find a reference point for this cable coming into here. A lot of the other videos that I've seen, the cable comes from that side, it goes into these two little, I hope you can see them on there, there's two little clips there that hold in, and then they go over here, and they also have a different mechanism. They have one that comes off there, and there's a little hole here that the end of the cable clips into. So I'm having trouble trying to find that at the moment. I've reckon part of the issue is I've also been looking, and nobody else has these struts on the side. Now, this one has got an electronic folding hard top, folding soft top rather mechanism on there, which I've never actually tried. I just want to keep it simple, really. It's quite an old, some things from the 90s, so I don't really want to get involved in that, to be honest. But I think the problem is that's caused a lot of problems with doing this manually now. So the problem with this cable, this is a new cable, it seems to be fine, it seems to, well, I say it seems to work okay. Whether it's meant to be like this, I'm not too sure. Now, I've set it up a couple of different ways. I've gone through here, I've set it up so it goes over the mechanism here. And the problem is, this is the mechanism down here, this little, I can show you, the little silver one there with the piece of metal going through, so there's that one there. Now, it seems to work okay at the moment, but it's almost like the cable's too short, so I can't actually get the latch mechanism, we'll go on there in a minute, to actually clip on. It's like an inch or so too short. Now, I've tried adjusting the cable. I've tried putting this in a couple of different ways. If I've run the cable underneath the mechanism here, if I put it on the top, which would give me about the right length, this silver latch sits over here. So it should sit where it is at the moment, I reckon, but it will sit over here, and it hasn't got not enough momentum to pull it back over. So it can't get over to this side where it actually needs to be. It just sits there, and it doesn't create any tension in this wire. So I've had to go underneath, which seems to get what I want, but then if we're going quickly around to the other side, I can't mount this. If I just try and show you, I mean, I'm literally, it's about 1 inch short to where it needs to be. So it's a little bit of a pain, because this cable obviously cost me about £80 to buy. I'm not sure whether it's obviously works, it's correct. I'm not doubting the seller, and the seller got here within 48 hours, it's really good. But I'm just doubting whether it should be set up like this. I'm doubting whether, as a standard setup, it's going to work. Almost like this needs modifying somehow to get it to work. So I'm at a bit of a loss at the moment. So yeah, I think the cable is right, but I wonder whether it's actually meant for a different setup. I say whether it's meant to go through the two little loops there, and then the end of the cable plugs in somewhere over there by where the strut is on that side. So I'm at a little bit of a loss at the moment, because I don't really want to spend any more money on parts that aren't necessarily white. I think that this is the white part for this car, but it obviously doesn't seem to fit right. So I might have a little look. There is a little adjuster on here. I can't seem to get it to loosen up at the moment, but I will have a little look in a bit and see if I can just get it to undo a little bit and go further down. So I'm not normally stumped by a problem or an issue, but I'm kind of stumped at the moment. I've tried about 4 different ways of connecting this all up around here in the hope that it will then feed around there and it actually be about the right length. So I think the cable is right, but maybe it's just my setup that's wrong. I'd love to know if you've got a similar setup to this one. So I can't seem to find the exact same setup for this, which is making life a little bit tricky. I put it back in the way the cable came out, didn't work. I've tried a couple of different other ways, those don't seem to work. I do think that having it going underneath the mechanism is the way to go. It seems to actually have a bit more pull behind it. And I say, if you put it on this side, there's nothing to pull the sort of clip that you put the wire into over the top of the mechanism. It just sits there and it just doesn't do anything. There's no pull to the end of it. So I'm going to have to keep researching. I'm going to have to hopefully not buy any more parts. Hopefully I'll be able to find a solution. And yeah, just a little bit of a pain, really. It's taken about 4 hours to get to where we are now. I'm still not fixed. You know, it still doesn't solve the problem. So I'm glad this side works out the big lever, but yeah, this other one is starting to cause me a bit of a headache now. I'm on about plan F at the moment. I've been looking at if there's any other way I can attach the wire to it. At the moment, there's not. So I'm gonna have to go away and see. I'm gonna have to have a little think about what I can do next, and still have a look around. Hopefully, one day I'll find someone that's got the same setup as me. I mean, there's like this loop of cable here, for example, and I've not seen anybody else with this loop of cable. It seems to come from the back, loops round, and goes into the mechanism there. It just doesn't seem to quite line up what anybody else does. So yeah, a little bit of a pain with this soft top, but I shall keep persevering for now. But I wanted to give you guys an update, a positive update about the engine, a positive update about the one mechanism that controls this side and the middle bit there. So at least now I can pop the cover up. So I'm quite happy with that. So there's 2 wins there and one, it might be a win. I might have to work a little bit hard to get that win though. So if you have any thoughts or idea on this, I'd love to hear it. Please do put them in the comments below. I'm hoping it's something really obvious that I've missed, but we'll see. I can't seem to think of anything else at the moment. I'm going to leave for today. I've been working for a couple of hours. I'm going to leave for today and go inside and do something else for a bit now. I'm getting a little bit frustrated. And that's when you should always stop working on cars. When you're getting a little bit frustrated, that's, yeah, okay, it's time to give up now for today. We'll come back and see. We'll have a bit more research this afternoon, and I'll come back and see it another day, and we'll try and get this all solved. So thank you very much for watching this little update video about the SL. Slowly inching, getting there, slowly getting this car out and about a little bit more. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. I'm going to go and have a cup of tea after doing all this for a couple of hours, and I will see you next time. So it's going to be goodbye from me, goodbye from the SL, and we'll see you soon. Goodbye.